Hey, this is Tim, licensed loan officer, and on this video, we're going to talk about the 4 most popular home styles. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to the channel. And just so you know, this channel is about first-time home buyers, buying investment properties, budgeting, leveling up, having excellent credit. If you like those type of topics, consider subscribing to this channel. Now, what this video is going to be about, I'm going to go over the 4 most popular home styles to purchase, and I'm going to let you know about the pros and cons and everything you need to know. So without further ado, let's get in. All right, let's go. So the 4 most popular home styles. What's your type? And the first one we're going to discuss would be condominium homes. Now, I'm going to put a picture here of condominium homes just so you can get a good idea of what they look like. So I'm going to read these bullet points, and then I'll let you know some of the pros and cons and who they might be right for, who they may not be the best for. So the first bullet point here is that units are separately owned. The building is owned collectively or by a condominium association. Each owner has voting rights. So condominiums are similar to apartments, except that they're a little bit larger and bigger, and each owner owns their unit. I like to call it wall to wall. There's something called wall to wall insurance. So basically you own everything in your wall into the next wall. So you own that whole unit. And the next bullet point here is condos have something called a HOA fee. And that stands for Homeowners Association Fee. They're associated with the background and may apply. So what a HOA fee is, it just to cut the grass or remodel the roof or maintenance, all the different expenses that come with a home. That's what's included in your HOA. Now, HOAs can go up if they vote. There's usually a board of members, and they can vote on different things, and they also decide how to spend the HOA, like the trash, all that would be considered part of the HOA. Now, the next bullet point here is that condominiums have fewer maintenance and responsibilities. So what that means is that you don't have to worry about cutting grass or shoveling snow or like taking out the trash or all those other things, or making like minor repairs on the building, like the big building. You don't have to worry about those things. That's normally covered in your HOA. So a little bit less responsibilities owning a condominium. And then down here, the next bullet point, living space tend to be limited, especially for growing families. So with the condominium, it's a little bit different from a single family home, to where you're not allowed to expand or knock down a wall or things like that. So if you're a growing family, it may not be the best option to get a condominium. And then the last bullet point here is that they may be a little bit harder to finance. So condominiums, depending on the type of condominium, it could be a little bit harder to get financing for. So let's talk about who would a condominium be best for. It's best for someone that really doesn't want to do any kind of maintenance, as in like yard work, or doesn't want to have to like rake leaves or anything that you can think of, or have to worry about maybe replacing a roof, things like that. It's also best for maybe a single person, someone that want to stay downtown. Usually condominiums are like in hot areas like downtown. It's best for someone that maybe want to downsize. So if you have a home and you don't like going up and down stairs. Condominiums is good for maybe a couple. Now, let's talk about who a condominium would not be best for. I already talked about this earlier, that they're not best for a growing family. So if you might have a family in the future or want a family, it would not be best for you. It's also not best for someone that maybe does not get along with their neighbors, like they like to play loud music or things like that. It's also not best for someone that just don't like paying that HOA fee, because you have to pay your regular mortgage payment. On top, you have a homeowners association fee. And also the association fee can make different rules for that association. So condominiums are great If that's like you just want something nice and small, something easy to manage, it can be great for you. But if you're looking for something a little bit more space or something with a little more freedom and control, the condominium may not be best for you. Okay? And if you have questions about condominiums, you can always drop me a comment below and I'll answer it for you. So let's get into the next type of home. And this one will be called a single family home. Okay.
Hell yeah.
And usually a single family home, I'll put a picture right there for you just so you can check it out. That's a standard single family home. They're usually a 1-unit dwelling structure. So a single family home just sits all by itself. It's 1 unit. It's one home right there. They also are a little bit bigger and more affordable.
How?
So depending on the market and area, they're usually bigger. A lot of times they call it a 3-1, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, or a 3-2, 3-bedroom, 2 bath, or 4-2. You get the point, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. And they're usually more affordable sometimes because there's just more of them. And this is the most popular type of home, usually a single family home. And then the next thing here is that they may need more repairs and have higher utility costs. So with a single family home, you're responsible for everything. So if the roof goes out or if the door breaks, anything you can imagine, cutting the grass, shoveling snow, any kind of maintenance you are responsible for. And that could be maybe a downside to a single family home, that you're responsible for everything. So you want to budget a little bit for maintenance and repairs. And then lastly down here, the next bullet point is that the newer ones may be more expensive. So single family homes, if they're built well and the foundation well, they can last well over 100 years. You know, they last a long time. And the newer ones are more expensive because, of course, it's newer. And then down here, real quick here, the newer ones often have lower utility and maintenance costs. Now, I want to say something too. You can't control your utilities because basically it's your home. So if you like it a little bit warmer, you can have it warmer. You want to make it a little bit colder, you can save money. You can run a TV like that. You have more control. So who is a single family home for? A single family home probably for, or best for, would be probably a family. Because they're usually in a community where a sewer district and different places. So it's best for a growing family. With a single family home, you are able to expand it. So if you get a permit from the city, you can add an addition to your single family home and tweak it a little bit. It's also good for someone that really just wants complete control. So if you want control where you can just knock down a wall or basically do whatever you want to do, it's your home. Play loud music. It's good for a single person, you know, a couple, someone with a kid, but ideally for a family. So single family homes are great for that. Now, who would a single family home not be best for? If you're someone that really don't need all that space, because usually single family homes are bigger, it may not be the best for you. It's not best for someone that really doesn't want to maintain a home and want that responsibility. So if you don't really want to be bothered with maintenance or any repairs, it's not best for you. And then also if you maybe don't want like stairs or things like that, even though you can find a bungalow with one level for, it may not be best. So it has its pros and cons. I really like single family homes. I think they're great, but it's really up to you and your preference. So let's get into the next one here. And let me just zoom out of here so you can see it. Can you see that? Yeah. I think you can see it now. Now, this one is called a multi-family home. And let's talk about a multi-family home. It's structure that can house 2 or more separate units. So a multi-family home is anywhere from 1 or 2 units to 4 units. After you get over 4 units, then it's really considered maybe a commercial or an apartment or something like that. So multi-family homes are great because you can live in 1 unit and, of course, you know, rent out another one. But basically, it's one home with different units. They also, next bullet point here, they come with some tax and income advantages. So the tax just means that you can write off some of the interest you pay if you finance it. And then the income advantage means that you're allowed to live in a unit and rent out the other units if you choose to. So that's a big advantage of a multifamily home, is that you can live in it and rent out the other units. That's why a lot of people like multifamily homes. And then let's read the second bullet point here. Being a landlord has responsibilities such as tenant search, selection, lease, security deposit procedures, possible evictions, and emergency repairs. So, just some downsides to that. So if you get a multifamily home, just be ready because you're going to be a homeowner slash landlord. Okay, so just be ready for that responsibility. And then also down here, I want to talk about this real quick. If you're interested in owning a multifamily home, you should attend a special class on multifamily home ownership to learn more about the responsibilities of being a landlord. So I put that in there because that's very important because a lot of people are not experts or don't know a lot about being a landlord. And being a landlord does come with some additional responsibilities. Navigating the court system if you have to evict someone, hopefully not. Also, the understanding how to write up a good lease, collect security deposits, and things like that. And also just be a good landlord. If something breaks, fix it, keep your tenant happy. Now, who would a multi-family home be great for? It would be great for someone that wants to live in a home and be a landlord. So if you're okay with being a landlord, and those responsibilities on top of being a first-time home buyer or homeowner, it will be great for you. It's also good for someone that maybe wants to create a community. You don't have to rent out the other units. You can, let a family member live there or something like that. It's great for anyone that just wants some extra income. If you buy a multifamily, you could, rent out both units and not live in any of them. And it would not be great for people that maybe don't want anything to do with landlord. Someone that just wants to own a home and not be bothered. So overall, I think multifamilies are great. If you can qualify for one, if you can buy one, it's a great option because you live in a home and you get some money coming in from your rental property and help you, pay the mortgage payment. So they're very popular. If you have questions about multifamilies, drop me a comment below. I'll love to answer it for you. So the last one I want to talk about here on this video, and this is very popular. It's a, can you see that real good? Okay. It's a manufactured / mobile home. So I'll read these bullet points and then I'll go over some pros and cons for you and let you know who is it right for, who it may not be right for. So they're built in a factory, transport to the site and placed on a steel frame and usually can be moved to a new location, not recommended. So they're not like single family homes or multifamily homes. So multifamily homes and single family homes are built at the place where they're going to be. So the structure is built. So most manufactured, not most, but all manufactured homes and mobile homes are built in a factory, and they're usually transport to a park or to land, and that's where they'll stay. Now they can be moved, but it's not recommended that they be moved because when they're moved, it can damage the mobile manufactured home. Next bullet point here. They're smaller and often more affordable, but tend to go down over time. So this is important right here. So manufactured mobile homes are a little bit smaller. They're smaller than like a single family home or a multifamily home. And then they can be more affordable. So a lot of times they are more affordable. And then one downside is they can go down over time. So with mobile manufactured homes, since they can be moved a little bit, and since they're not built on site, so by not built on site, they're not as sturdy or quality. Some of them can be moved if there's a hurricane, a lot of wind. So you want to make sure they're really stirred down. They are more affordable. So in certain areas like Florida or hot areas where it's real expensive, sometimes a mobile manufactured home could be a lot more affordable for you. Now, if you choose to buy one, just be conscious because sometimes they don't go up in value like a single family home because those things I told you about, they would transport and things like that. So if you buy one, make sure you get a engineering report. Engineering report is someone that's going to check the foundation, make sure it cannot be moved, make sure it's sturdy and things like that. So they don't go up. Some of them do go up in value, but it's not a guarantee. Also down here, second bullet points here is that some lenders here do not finance manufactured homes. So some lenders do not finance it if it was built before 1978 or their guidelines. So they want newer ones. So if you're buying an older one, it may be a little bit harder to finance. I do know some lenders that do specialize in finance manufactured homes, but just be conscious with that. They can be a little bit harder to finance just because of, they're mobile manufactured. And then secondly, down here, bullet point right here, not allowed in all communities. So what this means is that you technically you can buy some land, and since you own that land, technically you could put your mobile or manufactured home on that land. But you have to be conscious because sometimes in certain cities they may not give you that permit or zone it for a mobile manufactured home. So be conscious of that. And then a lot of mobile manufactured homes are located in parks. And a good way to find out if it's located in a park is that there's a HOA fee. And let me explain that for you, just so you know. So the park owns the land, you own the mobile manufactured home on top, okay? So you own the unit on top, the manufactured home, but they own the land. So by them owning the land, they will charge a little HOA fee, because they own the land, like taxes. So, and that's one reason why some lenders don't want to lend on it. They don't want to just own the unit on top and then you don't own the land. With a single family home, you buy the land and the home together. It comes as a package, okay? Now, this bullet point right here, some are built on leased land, which require 20% down payment and a lease fee from lenders and tend to have more predatory lending practices. So sometimes here that they do require larger down payments. I put 20% here, but it could be 10, 5. It just depends on the lender and guidelines. Depends on the circumstances. So like I said, if you're leasing the land, you may have to put a little bit larger down payment to make the lender feel secure. And also be careful about the predatory lending. There are some hard money lenders and some lenders that aren't wreckable that help people buy mobile manufactured homes, and they take advantage with higher interest rates. And the last bullet point here, that they may be harder to finance, which I kind of went over. So I'll talk about who is a mobile manufactured home good for. It's good for someone that's looking for a home to buy or rent, and they don't want to pay or cannot afford a single family home or condominium. It's still bigger than a condominium, but it'll be smaller than a single family home. It's good for a family or a single person or a couple. So mobile manufactured homes are nice. Sometimes you can add additions to them. If you own the land and a manufactured home, you can put another one next to it. So you can kind of customize it a little bit. So it's good for that too. Who would it not be good for? Someone that do not like the negative stigma. Sometimes mobile homes or manufactured homes come with a little bit negative stigma. It also may not be good for someone that maybe do not like some of the risks or the financing that comes with it. But overall, I mean, it could be affordable. It really depends. So make sure you just check it out, the park, find out, ask questions. Is there a HOA fee? Do I own the land? Just ask a lot of questions. Find out when it was built, and make sure you can get insurance for it. Make sure you can get finance for it before you actually buy a mobile manufactured home. Now, if you have questions about mobile manufactured homes, drop me a comment below. I would love to answer it for you. I hope you found this informative. Those are the 4 most popular types of homes. Now, there are a few other types of homes that I did not go over in this video, but I hope you found this informative. If you have questions, please drop me a comment. Also, if you like this video, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next video. Thanks. Buddha.